So you're expecting?
Yes, a little girl in May, and we're going to name her Paris Michael Catherine. I wanted to name her Michael after Michael, but Michael said no. So we decided Paris because that's where she was conceived.
Yeah.
Michael because I really want Michael's name in her name, and Catherine after his mom.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
So then there'll be 4 of you.
4 of us.
Now, do you expect that he's going to be just as attentive with a little daughter? I mean, given the concerns of, his time and concerts and tours?
More so. He'll be he'll be his little girl.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be his little girl.
Give me an idea, if you can, when Michael is home, can you give me an idea what his day is like? I mean, as far as with his son and,
Well, whenever the baby's awake, he is with the baby the whole time. If the baby's napping, that's when he steals away to work, to write music, to dance. Unless he has a contract or something he has to fulfill and something that has to be done if he's working on a project, then he might take a little bit of time away from the baby, but his attention is 100% on his son. As it should be.
Yeah. And then when he goes on tour?
The baby's with him. Since the baby was born, there's only been one time that the baby wasn't with him, and this was last week. Michael had a grueling schedule overseas, and it was 5 meetings in 7 days, and we decided that it would be too traumatic for the baby. Yeah. And they wouldn't have any quality time, so it might be better, for the baby to stay here. Long week for him. Long week.
Do you think you'll be spending more time with Michael in the future, or
I have spent a lot more time. I'm not working right now. Work got to be real stressful with people coming in, having read the tabloids, and assuming they were true. And
what kind of things would people say to you?
Are you okay? And I'm thinking, gosh, do I look sick? Yeah, I'm fine. Well, you're here. Well, of course I'm here. Where would I be? Well, they said you quit. But no, I didn't quit. I went down from full-time to 3 days a week because driving from here was crazy to drive down to Beverly Hills every day. So I would stay in Moore Park 2 nights with my friends Jack and Penny and drive to Beverly Hills, work 3 days, and come back here. Mm-hmm. And even then, it was going to be really stressful. And so Dr. Klein said, maybe you need to take some time off, and rest and be with the family because Michael was here again, which made it a lot more stressful. And I think flying back and forth all summer got me more tired than I realized.
Yeah. I guess what, too, a lot of people don't understand, too, is that going out on concert tour, I mean, that's not really a fun place to be. It might be fun for a couple of days, but to live a life out on the road, for you, wouldn't be.
No, I don't dig it at all. Yeah. It's out of a suitcase. You can't go anywhere. It's confining. And he works so hard that he has to be very focused. I mean, if you've ever seen any of his shows, he's on for 2.5 hours, and it's 2.5 hours of solid Michael. Mm-hmm. I mean, I sit on stage, and I watch him, and I go, oh my God, I know him. Mm-hmm. I know him. That's not my Michael. That's Michael Jackson. And when he's done, he's got this adrenaline rush, and he's always going. And it's exhausting to watch after a while. I need to come home and rest.
One of the things about the way he is with your son, when we first came out the door, he said, well, wait a minute, I want to go back up and get some toys for him, for Prince. So he goes back up and he brings down this giant lollipop or whatever it was.
Like father, like son. Yeah. Definitely has daddy's sweet tooth. Definitely.
And I suspect it'd be the same way with a daughter?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's picking out clothes already to dress her up.
Yeah.
He loves kids.
What, Debbie, if you have a chance, and you have a chance now, and you may not want to take the opportunity, but if you want to, you can turn to Debbie. If you'd like to say something to all the vicious people that have written vicious articles, the tabloid media, what would it be?
Probably that if there's anything that's significant that happens in our lives, we're really a regular couple, regular parents. If there's anything that needs to be said, I've told you this before, that I will always come to you. I'm going to call you after I call the doctor. I'm in labor, here I come. That unless you hear it from my mouth or from my husband's mouth, question it. Question it, because they can take one little truth and manipulate it and change it, and I don't care what the Inquirer says. They're not truthful. They don't go for the facts. They go for the sensationalism. They go for the story. They don't care who they hurt. It's very hurtful.
Debbie Rowe, Michael Jackson's ex-wife, will seek custody of Jackson's two older children. Now, today, her lawyer got the judge to delay a guardianship hearing that had been sought by Jackson's mother, Catherine. That was supposed to happen next week, on Monday. It's now been pushed back at least 1 week. Over the past dozen years or so, I've had many conversations with Debbie Rowe. The latest came early this morning, and when I asked her about seeking guardianship of her two children, she told me, quote, "Yes, I have to." Debbie Rowe says that Michael Jackson's two oldest children, 12-year-old Prince Michael and their daughter Paris, 11 years old, are hers. She is the biological mother. She said reaching her decision was long and painful, but she feels like she has to seek custody of the children. She told me, quote, "I am stepping up. Yes, I have to. We had an agreement. He didn't keep his end." And when I asked her what she meant by that, she said that he was supposed to be the one that raised the children. Debbie Rowe married Michael Jackson in 1996 in Sydney, Australia. They had two children together. This is video of Michael, Debbie, and their son Prince just after his birth in 1997. Michael and Debbie invited me to Neverland Ranch to interview them. This interview was early on in a decades-long association with Debbie Rowe. The kind of father that Michael is?
The best. Look at him. That's what it's about. That's what all this is about. And that's the only thing that makes the rumors tolerable, is that I can sit back and see that.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
The couple filed for divorce 3 years later, and Rowe surrendered her parental rights. Debbie Rowe later appealed that decision after Jackson's arrest on molestation charges in 2003. Debbie Rowe and Michael Jackson settled out of court in 2006. Rowe told me last night part of their agreement included visitation rights, but she admits that she has seen little of the children over the years. Jackson has a third child born to a surrogate mother in San Diego, a woman who has never been identified. When I asked Debbie about potentially splitting up the children, she said she would be willing to accept custody of the youngest child, but that would be up to the courts. Earlier this week, a Los Angeles judge appointed temporary guardianship of the children to Jackson's mother, Catherine, a request that Jackson also stated in his will. In our conversation this morning, Rowe said she was concerned about the children being around Jackson's father, Joe. Jackson has had a turbulent relationship with his father. Even Michael Jackson admits to that in past interviews. Rowe told me that she would seek a restraining order if that became necessary to keep Joe Jackson away from her children. Today, Rowe's attorney, Eric George, held a short telephone news conference. He took no questions, and he stated that Debbie Rowe's comments to me last night, although accurate, represented only a snapshot in time.
I have no reason to doubt that what was reported from that conversation was accurately and ethically reported. But that said, it would be a distortion of the truth to allow that single snapshot of a single conversation to stand as the truth of Debbie's position on these sensitive matters. So once again, the truth is that Debbie has not reached a final decision concerning the pending custody proceedings.
And with that, Eric George took no questions, and the news conference, as it was over. The original custody hearing, as we say, had been scheduled for Monday, July the 13th, but now this hearing, apparently at the request of lawyers, has been pushed back at least 1 week.
Did she share with you how she feels about all the criticism about her? You know, at the end of the day, as far as we know, she's their mother. So if she wants to step in now, people are criticizing her for that. Did she share anything with you about that?
She is, and I don't think she'd mind us saying this, very upset about that criticism. What it's like to live in a fishbowl, I don't know. But that's what she's got right now. She's virtually a prisoner in her own house. She can't get up, surrounded by paparazzi and everything else. So it's complicated her life tremendously, and she doesn't like it. And like anyone, when you hear or read things that are negative about you in the media, you're going to react to it.
So she wants the children. We're getting like mixed messages here. She adamantly wanted the children when she spoke with you, and then the attorney seemed to be a little bit more gray.
Well, the quote that it was a snapshot in time, I can tell you that in all the conversations that I've had with her after Michael Jackson's death, she's been consistent on that.
And she is grieving.
She is grieving for sure.
Right.
I would definitely say that's true.
All right. Thank you, Chuck.
It's good to be here.
Welcome to PMHA, Kelly Rowland! For the great line, Rihanna! その勢いを保ってください。リムジンがここに到着しました。今年の B サブルク、急遽来日が決定したあの大物アーティストがこちらに到着するようです。来日を発表したばかり、そしてファンの皆様の期待を決して裏切らない。The King of Pop! We've all been waiting for you! Michael Jackson!
Chances, though it's not a fantasy, I still want you to stay with this ordinary people. Rihanna.
I'm the question and you're the answer. Just hold me close, boy, cause I'm the tiny dancer. You make me shaking now, never mistaken, but I can't control myself. Got me calling out for help.
King of pop, king of rock, king of soul, Michael Jackson! 実は会場にお越しなんです。お呼びしましょう。ミスターマイケル・ジャクソン。
See you. おめでとうございます。マイケル・ジャクソン。
おめでとうございます。
Thank you.
First, I'd like to say thank you, MTV Japan. It's a great honor. And I love you more. But most of all, I'd like to say to the Japanese people, from the bottom of my heart, I love you very, very much. I promised myself when I came up here that I wouldn't get emotional because I think you're very sweet, generous, kind people. And from the bottom of my heart, I thank you. I thank the fans around the world and the fans in Japan. I love you more. But I thank my children, Prince, Paris, and Blanket, for being there for me, and I love them very much. And I say thank you to all the people that believe in me, and I believe in you, and I love you very much. Thank you so, so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
マイケル・ジャクソンでした。Thank you. ありがとうございました。はい、どうぞ。
ところ皆さん愛してますということです。はい。Once again, thank you very much and congratulations.
First of all, how do you feel of receiving this award? It's very great to have you here in Japan.
Well, especially I'm honored to be in Japan again, and I'm very happy to be among the Japanese people because I really love them very much. I really do.
Oh, that was great to That's very great to hear. まずとても日本が好きなので、この賞を受け取ったことがとても嬉しいことだったと話していました。And lastly, I would like to have any message you have for the fans in Japan.
I love you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for your loyalty.
Thank you. 思いますということです。はい。So, yeah, well, ありがとうございます。
Thank you. Thank you.